everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special little video for you because I know that we have all been kind of collectively mourning the loss of the company eshakti, or at least I think a lot of us have, which if you didn't know, eshakti was a company that closed earlier this year after some very questionable business ethics, as in they just left everyone high and dry basically. And they did custom sized clothing and they did a lot of kind of like vintage style stuff. And so like probably a lot of you, I have been searching for a new alternative to that company that can do like the custom measurements, that can do a lot of like cotton clothing, that can just do stuff that is kind of similar to eshakti. And I was actually reached out to by Seams Friendly. And so today I want to share with you all about my experience with Seams Friendly, because overall, I just want to say from the get-go, I would recommend them. I don't know that they're going to completely fill eshakti's pretty massive shoes, but my experience with them overall was totally positive. So let me show you the 3 dresses that I was given by Seams Friendly. And I want to tell you about like the customizations that I did. And of course I did everything custom sized as well. And yeah, I'm very happy with the 3 that I got. So I think that this is going to be a good option. I do have a link to share with you. Unfortunately, it is not a discounted link, but the prices are quite reasonable. They're pretty much just in line with what eshakti's prices were. So yeah, unfortunately this isn't a discount link, but if you do use it, it definitely does help me out. So I appreciate that. But let's talk about the dresses that I got from Seams Friendly. So this is the first dress here, and I fell in love with this one as soon as I saw it. This one is called the Pink Cotton Poplin Gathered Short Tier Dress. And it is $79 for like the base dress. You might notice on mine, it is not short. This is what it looks like in the original like image on the website, and you can tell it is a short dress. So I did have mine lengthened right here. I believe that this is lengthened to what would be a midi length, which is $24 additional for that extra length, which makes sense. It's extra fabric. Basically, you can choose the different length. You can choose like different sleeves. You can do all of the custom sizing, which the custom sizing, that part is actually free. At least as far as I can tell from everything on the website, when you do it with like custom measurements, that is free. So that is really, really cool. But again, you can change the different elements of the dress if you'd like as well. So just for example, some of the different things that you can change, this has an elastic waist. I guess I should show it to you what it looks like just plain, which is like this. So this is the original dress, except that I then lengthened it. And so the other things that you can do with this dress, you can do adjustable drawstrings at the waist instead of elastic. You can actually make it have a nursing friendly bust. So that's really cool for any of you who might be expecting or currently nursing. That's only a $19 change to do to have nursing friendly zips at the bust. So that's really cool. You can get your initials embroidered on it if you want. You could get a matching fabric belt added. You can even get a matching bucket hat added, which I think is pretty funny, or a matching tote bag. And you can have them make like the same dress for like a child, and you could get a matching shirt, a men's shirt. So like lots of different options that you can do. You can also change the fabric out. The fabric change ranges from $19 to $24 to get it in a different fabric. This is the original fabric, which this is like just a nice kind of crisp, lightweight cotton. I find this very, very comfortable. And frankly, this is the type of weight of cotton that would be great all year round. Like it would be just fine in the summer. In the winter, obviously you'd probably want to put a sweater or a coat on at some point, but it's very comfortable, very soft too. Like I have washed this once at this point. I've worn it a couple of times, and yeah, it's very soft cotton. It feels just really, really lovely. And this is what they call poplin. I would argue that most poplins that I have experienced in the past, like if you are familiar with the poplin from eshakti, theirs was a very stiff poplin. This is not. This is a very nice soft poplin, but with a bit of crispness to it. But yeah, there's a good like 20 or 30 other fabrics that you could get this in if you didn't want a hot pink dress, which like, Why wouldn't you want a hot pink dress? I personally love this fabric and I definitely recommend their poplin. Just like the custom size measurements, by the way, the custom height measurement, that is also free. So you can get it to whatever height you need. But again, if you want that extra length, that is where you would have to pay the charge for the customization. Now, I will say one thing that I had a little bit of an issue with, and thankfully their customer service was freaking fantastic. So it really didn't wind up being an issue, but they asked for all of my measurements because I ordered these all with custom sizes, and they asked for like a whole slew of measurements via email, and I sent them all the measurements, and then the dresses arrived, and this and one other dress that I'll show you, which is a 3/4 length sleeve dress, they both had very short sleeves compared to how long my arms are. And I went back and I looked at the measurements that they had requested, and they did not request arm length. So just as a heads up, if you go to order something from them and you're doing the custom measurements, double check what measurements they are requesting. And if you are ordering something with a 3/4 or a longer sleeve, you might want to just throw in your arm measurement regardless. And also, even after like the original ones came and I talked to them, I was like, hey, these are really short in the sleeves. I realized you forgot to ask for this measurement. I sent them that measurement. They sent these back. And the one thing that I think I will probably change about this is that the cuffs are actually a little big, because I realized they again didn't really ask for measurements of like, what's your forearm width, you know? And these are very wide cuffs, so it's also a little bit challenging. But yeah, so that's a little bit large. They're buttons though. I can just move the buttons over. Not a big deal whatsoever. And honestly, like having this at least gives me a little flexibility to put them up out of the way, so I may just leave them as is. Naturally, of course, this dress does have pockets, and they are deep pockets. Like, I don't know if you can tell just how far my arm is in this pocket, but it's to here. So all of that fits in these pockets. They're really, really great pockets. Like, no risk of your cell phone falling out or anything like that. And overall, again, this dress is just so fun. I love the ruffle around the bottom. Really, the color and the ruffle is what drew me to this dress, and the puff sleeves, honestly, like everything about this dress. So yeah, I will link this specific dress down in the description as well, just so you know which one it is. But if you are able to use my affiliate link, that would definitely help me out. Let's go to dress number 2. This is dress number 2 right here. So I really loved the purple color for this one, and I liked the square neckline. This is called the Wine Warm Cotton Flannel Fit and Flare Midi Dress. So since it is a midi dress, and it is a midi dress, I actually didn't make any changes to this at all, other than the custom measurements. I kept the length the same, the neckline the same, etc. Now, that said, I kind of wish that I had made more changes, because this is actually my least favorite of the 3 dresses that I got. This flannel material is quite heavy. I think that for a winter dress, this would be really great, honestly. But because I got it with a 3/4 sleeve, it doesn't quite make as much sense as a winter dress. So there's that. And then the other thing is that I just don't like how wide the back neckline is. And that was actually one of the other issues that I had with this dress. The original dress that they sent me, besides the sleeve length, was that we kind of had a little bit of going back and forth when I first sent them my measurements of like them not believing my shoulder measurement. My like shoulder width measurement, basically. I have very narrow shoulders, and I think they just had a hard time kind of believing where my shoulders were. And so not only was that original dress that they sent me too short in the sleeves, but also it was very wide in the shoulders. It basically was just like falling off the shoulders. But they did fix it in this one, so we're good now. It's just that it has a lower neckline that I would like, particularly again for a winter dress out of a flannel material. That like lower neckline doesn't make as much sense to me for a winter dress. So in hindsight, if I were to get this again, I would get this in a poplin fabric, and probably honestly a shorter sleeve, because I think at that point it would make a really, really nice summer dress with the wide square neckline, maybe like a short sleeve to here, and that lightweight poplin fabric like I had on the first pink dress, because this one is just pretty heavy. Again, if you are looking for a winter dress, maybe get this one in like a long sleeve, or get a different style dress. Get the pink dress in flannel that would be a really perfect winter dress. So you have all of the possibilities to make all of these options. You know, you can customize it like you want. So it will work out just, you know, however you want to do it. But I did want to get one dress that was just like exactly what they had on the page. I mean, this is the listing photo right here. And so you can see I did not make any changes to this dress other than, again, the measurements. I just wanted to see what it would be like. But it has a really nice circly skirt, nice spin on it. It's just a little bit plain for me overall, and I don't have much of this color in my wardrobe, so I feel like I may have a hard time pairing this with like complementary colors, but I do really like this color, so I am excited to get a lot of use out of this. So lastly, this one you have already probably seen me wear in a whole bunch of other videos because I have been wearing this so freaking awesome because it's so versatile. It's a black jumper dress. I mean, it's super versatile. This one is called the Black Pleated Cotton Flax Crisscross Back Short Dress because you can see the crisscross back. And this one was $56 originally. And this one, the only change that I made was I did again make it midi length. This was supposed to originally be an above the knee length. You can see it in this picture right here. So this dress is made out of their cotton flax fabric and it is so absolutely soft. Like this feels like I would want this as sheets. It's that nice and soft and it's got a little bit of a texture to it. And I've been wearing this all over the place with all sorts of different shirts and tights colors with it. And again, it is just incredibly versatile. There are two downsides, I would say, to this dress, despite my love for it. This one I did not have to send back, by the way, because it doesn't have sleeves. So it was really perfect from the get-go, though it is actually a little bit large around the waist. And because it is not fitting me right snug at my waist, which I could change, because I mean, again, buttons. So like I can move the buttons over. It's not a big deal. But because of that as is, normally I tuck my shirt into the petticoat that I wear underneath. And with this dress, I find that I can't really do that or else the top of the petticoat shows a little bit. So I do have to keep my shirt outside my petticoat until I actually go and fix those buttons. And the big downside to this dress is that the only pocket on it is this one right here. And this is not a very functional pocket because if you put like your phone in it or whatever, as soon as you lean forward, your phone falls out of your pocket. So I wish that they had put pockets in here, and I'll bet that there is an option to add pockets like into the side seams. And I would recommend doing that as an option. Like if you go to order this dress, I would recommend having them put pockets in it because who doesn't want more actual pockets, you know, somewhere to keep your phone, etc. But overall, it is so comfy and so versatile, and I am 100% going to get things out of this fabric again because it is the softest. It almost like, I don't know how to describe this fabric. It is beautiful though. Like the other one, the poplin, there's a bit of crispness to that. This one doesn't really have that crispness. It's just soft and comfy, and it really does feel like I want to make sheets out of this type of fabric. But you can see just how nice and full this skirt is. I love it. But yeah, I highly, highly recommend this jumper because it has just been like, I've been wearing this probably 1 to 2 times per week since I got this dress. I've been wearing it so absolutely much. By the way, these all wash really, really great. I threw all of these in the washer. I do hang dry all of my dresses, so I hung dry these as well. But I feel like this one and the pink one actually dried pretty quickly. That purple one though, the purple one took like 2 days to dry. So just a heads up, the cotton flannel takes a really, really long time to dry because it's cotton flannel. By the way, as far as the shipping goes, it is all free shipping, so that was really great. And their return policy, like as far as what I had to do, I basically just told them like, hey, you know, these dresses arrived, love the jumper. The other two have sleeves that are too short. And then I also sent them pictures of the issues with the purple one. And they were super quick to respond and they said, oh no, keep those dresses. We're gonna fix the other ones now having your arm measurement. And we are going to send you new ones and just keep the old ones. You can donate them or give them to a friend or etc. And actually what I think I'm gonna do with them is I think I'm gonna alter them to make other dresses out of them that are like short sleeve or sleeveless, like jumpers. The purple one obviously is going to be more of a challenge because it is also just too wide in the shoulders. So we'll see what happens with the purple, but the pink one is too good to get rid of. I love it so much. And if I have like a pink jumper dress like that, that would be amazing. Or a pink short sleeve dress. Yeah, so we're going to make some changes that will come in a video probably pretty soon, because I had been wanting to do it before, but I hadn't filmed this video yet and I needed to wait for the new ones to get here. But yeah, I'm excited to alter those into just more dresses because I do really like these. So yeah, it was super, super easy. The original time as far as like to get the dresses from, you know, initially ordering it, which they were so good with the communication, like the whole way through, even to the point of the pink one, I guess they had a back order on the fabric. And so they emailed me to let me know like, hey, these 2 dresses are done. The pink one, the fabric is delayed and it's not gonna be in for another week. Is that okay? Like, do you want us to just send you these 2 dresses, or should we wait until the pink one is ready? And I was like, just wait, it's totally fine. And a week later, they were like, okay, we've made the pink dress. We're shipping all of the dresses out to you. And I think the entire time from placing the order to actually receiving the initial dresses, I think it was like 3 weeks. It wasn't very long at all. It may have been 4, but it was honestly a pretty short timeline. And then having those dresses remade, I think that again only took like, I want to say about 2.5 weeks to have those dresses remade. So for custom dresses, like this is no problem at all. I'm totally happy to wait that amount of time. That's very, very reasonable, especially because they are shipping them all the way from India. So yeah, I definitely overall would recommend Seams Friendly. I do plan to get more dresses from them. I have overall enjoyed this experience. Their customer service, again, was so on top of everything. Like, they respond so fast. It's kind of amazing. And so yeah, overall a very, very good experience. Let me know if you plan to purchase any dresses from them. Let me know if you've already purchased dresses from them and you just forgot to tell me that they exist, because I think that this is going to be a great alternative. By the way, they do have other clothing besides dresses. They have tops, I think they have pants, they have like vests, they have a bunch of other clothing. It's just, of course, I am a dress person, so that is what I go for. Now, I do want to put on blast another company that actually had reached out to me at the same time as Seams Friendly, same sort of thing, like dresses with custom measurements, etc. And that is Indophilia. Because just like Seams Friendly, they were going back and forth at first with me with measurements and everything, and then they just went completely radio silent and did not respond, didn't respond to a couple of emails I sent after that. So do not order from Indophilia. They still haven't sent the dresses that they said that they were going to send me, and it was been since August at this point, I think, or at least early September. So yeah, don't order from Indophilia, do order from Seams Friendly. So since I've been talking to you all about something that was sent to me, I do also want to take this time to thank a few of you who have been so kind and generous over the last couple of months, particularly after Dora's death. Starting off with Jean, who is one of my longtime patrons, who was so kind as to send me a care package of tea, which was just absolutely wonderful. Also, Rob, who made a donation in Dora's name to Seattle Humane Society, which I saw that letter and I got a little teary, and I'm getting a little teary right now. Thank you so much, Rob. And V, who sent me a really fantastic cat toy for Maisie that is like her favorite thing. She is obsessed with that toy. Really great. So thank you, V. And then unrelated to Dora, but Sabrina sent me some leather samples and a book on how to make doll-sized leather shoes, which I'm actually a little bit curious about if I can translate that up to human shoes as well, because I think that's a really cool idea. So thank you all so much for sending those to me. Every time I get anything to my PO box, I get super excited, even when it is just like a card or a letter or whatever. That's you taking your time out of your day to like write me a letter or send me a card. And gifts are even more like, thank you all so much. If anyone is ever interested in sending anything to my PO box, again, thank you. Don't feel obligated, but thank you. My PO box is always in the description of every video, just FYI. And then of course, I also want to take this time to thank my absolutely amazing patrons, without whom I could not do all of this. Like, absolutely, you guys keep this channel going, particularly my patrons at the Romantic, Victorian, and Edwardian level tiers, who are Jean, Kim, Audra, Emily, Janet, Deborah, Liz, Robin, Nurse Anita, Linda, Jen, and Dale. Thank you all so much. And thank you all for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Happy sewing!